points in a weapon.
Welcome back, guys. Hopefully this one doesn't, the computer doesn't die on me again.
It's so weird whenever we do.
Well, the computer hasn't been shut off recently.
Oh,
Because Kelly's been just playing stuff, and so
got it.
turned it back off.
Got it.
But I do need to just call HP and have them tell them to fix their crap, because this is not supposed to happen, even if you did leave your computer on.
Right. Okay. So, chapter 2. You can choose your race. What is everyone going to be? I have new things, I have old things, so you can just pick your poison or resistance to poison. So funny.
You've had a bit too much luck, thanks.
No, I've been watching the kids all day.
I know.
Well, technically they did nap for most of it, so that was really nice.
Good old Z-Quilt.
No, I didn't give them anything. They just slept from like 12 o'clock to 3. I was like,
That's impressive.
dang.
So if you pick Valerian, what are the Valerian weapons?
We don't have that figured out.
We don't have that figured out, so don't do the Valerians.
Dang it.
They are nice to start with.
They will have oversized weapons similar to we put them on in D&D. But once again, they cannot use magic.
I will be an orc.
So, if you look at the races, they give you 1 ability point, and that is that is 1 solid point, so you can put it in power, durability, or mind. So all of them start at 0, and your race gives you 1 ability point. So you can put it in power, durability, or mind, and then it gives you your speed,
And a special trait.
and then their special trait.
So it says brutal weapons.
Brutal weapons. If you
Gain
go
1 level.
Yeah, so you gain 1 level in brutal weapons. Those ones are technically brutal. And those are found in chapter 5 under equipment.
And then dark vision. I'll put that under ability.
Keep going. Look for the one with a note down. Yep, right there.
Proficiencies.
There is no proficiency, just levels.
The bonus to your attacks and stuff is based on your level.
Okay, so
I said proficiencies.
yeah, in
I forgot to delete that.
okay, 2 skill proficiencies.
So you gain 1 level in a skill.
Just a straight level.
Straight level.
So you could use both of them in
Just 1 level in either animal handling, arcana. Just
you
one.
couldn't put
You
one
can
of one.
double it up. No, 2 skill proficiencies is within skills: animal handling, arcana, athletics.
I understand.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time to work on these. The Pokemon DLC came out on Wednesday, and I flew through it slowly and painfully. It's not fun on level 70 if you're wiping out your level 100s. It's just not fun. And then when your Pokemon are built to one-shot everything, and they're sitting there with a focus sash and drop down to 1 HP every time. And you're like, you suck.
So I chose my occupation.
Yes.
When it says this or that, that means 1 level in that or the other.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
1 level in that or the other, and then, I wasn't even looking at the races. So, with your occupation, you have custom occupation, you have acolyte, artisan, criminal, all of those. And then it gives you a level in 1 of 2 abilities, and like either a weapon or tool proficiency. A level. You need to stop saying proficiency. I changed that so I'm not looking at proficiency.
And you haven't figured out the magic system all that well, so kind of veer away from them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play around with it a little bit.
Russell's gonna mess with it. He's mostly going to use the D&D spells for right now, but we are going to be tweaking most of it because it sucks to cast a freaking fireball, 8d6, and you get 8 points of damage. Not gonna happen. We're going to add our mind modifier to all spells.
But that means I have to drop all the damage dice there.
Yes, all of the number of dice are going to go down. But your average damage is going to go up exponentially.
And then I have 50 points to spend with it.
50 points.
When you say damage resistance, what is
Which one are you looking at?
dragon blood?
Oh, so it would be... Right now we are just using D&D dragon resistances, so if you choose red dragon, it would be fire resistance.
But you haven't specified that yet.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Fair warning, this is a Christmas one-shot. And you will be dealing with cold things. I will give you that warning.
Ooh, elementals. I could just be a ice. Oh,
We don't have ice elementals.
wow.
Nope.
Could be a fire elemental.
You could be fire, earth, air, or water.
Basically, it's a genasi.
It is a chance. What I've wanted to do is actually kind of expand the elements and do like byproducts.
Yeah.
So you'd have like
Hydrogen,
lightning.
helium,
No.
carbon, nitrogen.
Lightning, ice.
Lightning, ice, mud, like just weird things. So it'd be like if your parents were an earth and fire genasi elemental, you would be a magma elemental. Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll just make up a scholar again.
So yes.
How do I find my defense?
Your defense is your speed mod, which is your speed divided by 10, plus 7.
So everyone's going to be at a 10.
Everybody's going to be at a 10. You can spend points to gain proficiency in armor. We just
Haven't played around with it.
haven't played with that much. So I guess we could use the D&D armor.
Yeah.
It would just be different.
Instead of plus dex, it'd be plus your speed mod.
It'd be plus your speed mod, yes.
Honestly, it would still work out pretty good.
Yes, but instead of it being like 10, 15, 20s and stuff like that, it would be... It'd just give you a plus. For medium, it starts at plus 3, 4, and 5. And then for light, it's plus 1 and 2 to defenses. We'll figure that out. I wouldn't be too worried about armor. I would just maybe stick a little bit into speed, and then you won't have to worry about it.
I mean, all you need to spend is you'd spend 6 points, and your speed would go from 30 to 40.
So now you'd be able to move 40 feet, and your defense would go up by 1.
But if you wanted to go up your defense to go up by 2, you're then going to have to spend 20 points.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yes, it does. Luckily, you don't have to focus, you don't have to worry so much about focusing in this one shot. But
No. For all of you joining us, we are doing a new system. Quickened version of the backstory. Ben had an idea, and then Russell had an idea, and interrupted my planning stuff, and gave me an idea, and I ran with it. So we have our own system, speed version. That can fit in a short. But this is the character sheet. There we go. This camera is crooked. But, yes, we've condensed everything and expanded things. It's going to be a blast. In D&D, there's only like 8 types of creatures. We are going to be playing with like 22 different types of creatures. And it's going to be even more fun. I might cut off 2 Eldritch and...
Yeah, it'll be basically...
Eldritch and various. So yeah, probably closer to 20. Humanoid creatures are still a thing, but the humanoid and beasts are the same, but everything else has changed. Because it's so
How do
cool.
I want to spend points?
And yes, so this is a point buy type thing where you can spend points and gain points and to increase everything. You can thoroughly increase everything except for armor proficiency,
I might as well spend.
and that is it.
The problem is,
In one and
Is that it, Leslie?
how do you know if you're... Because that you can go really lopsided with this and just put it into something that will end up getting you killed because you put too much of...
Yes, it will definitely take practice.
So I...
don't worry about it. You're
Yeah.
not gonna die.
No.
Stat blocks.
Yes,
You're
let's
not
look at
going
the
to
stat
die.
Okay.
As long as
That's
you
what
get
you're
a couple
DMing the
points.
campaign that you're on this system, so you don't even have to worry about it.
That's true. That's true.
And I'll be making most of the monster stat blocks, so you won't even have to worry about that. But yes, everything
Just
can be
know
learned.
if you don't have a lot of power, you can't use high damage bows. Keep that in mind. The higher you want, more damage you want with your bow, the higher your power needs to be.
I don't have it separated.
Yes.
Well, I have the crossbow one separated.
So for the ability.
So where do I put the stuff that's under noble? I mean, or nomad or whatever in the
So
occupation.
occupations.
Like, where do I put the things that go under there? Like noble's convincing or intimidation, or do I just,
So you're doing nomad or are you doing nomad?
I'm doing nomad.
So nomad, you can either get 1 level in medicine or 1 level in survival.
No. All right. Okay.
And then you gain proficiency in an herbalist kit, which goes down in the tools section.
So the ability still points. It's that plus that in order to get to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure.
And,
So that, yes, 20 points.
and a herbalist kit.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
Okay.
I
Because I kept
put,
thinking that, and that's not how it works.
I put the herbalist kit in the tools
Yes.
and the equipment.
In tools.
Okay.
So you just put level 1 herbalist.
I think 12 health might be enough.
And I'm going to make the tools
How do you get your health?
very useful. So the health is your health level
Is how many times you add your durability.
is how many times you add your durability. So if you start with 4.
Do you say you gain 1 point in medicine survival?
1 level in either medicine
Oh.
or survival.
So start with 4. And I got up to that.
So no, not level 4. You start with your hit points at 4.
Okay.
So that is your base. So if your health level is at 0, so if you level up your health 1 time, you will gain durability plus 4.
And how many points do you have to spend to level up your health?
Just 2
For the first level.
for the first level. So
And then 4 for the second.
4 for the second. But with health, you also have a health bonus. So you can get 1 and 1. And so what the health bonus is it would give you a +1, whatever level it is, so 1 plus durability times health level.
So in human, when it says the special traits to skill proficiency, I can
You get
put
1 level in 2.
1 level in 2 or 2 in 1.
Just 1 level in 2.
Okay.
Did that make sense, Taylor? No?
So I'd have to spend 2 to get a health bonus, 2 to get a health level.
Yes.
So it'd be 1 plus durability times health level.
Yes. Which would be 4. And then you add that to your base
Of 4.
of 4. So you always keep a 4. And then every time you up your health level, you add your durability to your health.
That.
And your health bonus.
And your health bonus if you have it.
And
While they are working on this, you can gain skill points in everything. I will start up at the top corner. So, in order to gain skill points in your power, durability, or mind, you have to make saving throws. And you can train them.
So for each one of these, it's 2 per 6, 8, right? 2 per 6, 8 in mind, durability, and power.
2, 4, 6, 8, yeah.
Levels.
Yeah,
Points. So I spent
Points.
2 points
to gain
for the
1.
first level.
And then you have to spend 4 more points for a second level.
Great.
So you have to make saving throws or be trained in that. We're not worrying about training right now. I'll explain that when we actually
So are
do a campaign.
the points useful also for the skills, or are they?
Points are used in everything. That's why it's like 50 points. It doesn't go very far.
So much though.
So there's
I'm ignoring skills entirely.
there's 45 possible things that you can put points into, and yeah.
Do we get to choose weapons right now?
Yes.
You need to choose weapons as well.
Where are the weapons?
Chapter 5.
Okay. Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
so it'd be, for instance, 2 plus 3 times 2 plus 4.
Plus 4. So yeah. So it'd be 5 times 2 plus 4.
Okay.
Weapons. Google technique.
Don't worry about the techniques for right now.
Yeah. But where are the weapons? I see.
Chapter 5. Keep going.
All the way
Oh,
past
okay.
chapter 5.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
I think you put it in chapter 6 and I could.
No, it's just a different
Look,
page. Chapter 5.
look. It's
Oh, it's, yeah, chapter 5 right there.
okay.
So you gotta find which table they're in. I had to break up the table because how many weapons?
And then do I have to add bonuses to my weapon attack?
So your bonus.
You need to pick up you need to pick up levels in that weapon.
Yeah. So you have 1. So you chose 2 levels in
Well, that's from my class and my
class
Right.
and race.
yes.
You don't have a class. Your background.
Background, occupation, and race.
Oh, the soldier. The soldier gives you 1 level in
Any one of your choice.
one of your choice. That brings up a question. Good question. So orc.
As brutal.
Has
I would say
brutal.
yes, you can stack it.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it's only plus. It would only negate 4, and that just means your learning of it is gonna take a lot longer. But
Yes.
if you want to stack it,
So that is plus 2. So
Isn't it-
now your bonus
The great sword
to
shorter
attack
than
is
a
your
long sword.
power
no, great
plus
sword is longer.
Oh,
2.
okay.
So you'd have a plus 4 to hit. So as you become more proficient in your weapon,
the range
you will
the
then
ranges then go from short, mid,
you
long,
keep going.
reach.
What do we need mind for?
mind. So,
Mind is for
your mind is for literally
focus.
everything
The
else.
way that they're put in the table, cleaver is shorter than a dagger, or
No, no. Look at the length section over.
oh, okay.
That tells you the length. Mid, short,
So, if you go into
reach.
progression, chapter 4, just right there, you can read everything in the last few sentences of what mind is used.
hand and a half.
Honestly, Ben,
Two-handed.
yeah, I would just ignore most of the things I put on there. For you, just pick one that sounds cool and use it. Because
The hand and a half.
hand and a half, that's a type of sword. That
Oh,
so in normal D&D, that's what normal D&D calls a longsword.
Oh, okay.
They call a hand and a half sword a longsword. And what a hand and a half sword is one that you can switch between one-handed or two-handed. Long swords are always two-handed.
Yeah.
Great swords, we are super overrated.
Great swords are
Always
two-handed because they are super freaking long.
and pretty heavy. Short swords.
Am I able to get a shield?
A shield? Yes, it costs 5 points to gain a shield proficiency.
I also am gonna change shields, but we'll just stick with what we got right now.
It costs
And
money.
I should I put equipment?
Regular shield, and I put a tower shield, because those are the only two I know about.
No, you see what I did here with the weapons? Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing with shields because there's like a bunch that I'm just like, yeah, we need to change this.
Oh, boy, yeah. So we need realistic armor, and we need realistic shields.
Yep. So
So if I get a shield, does that up
That
my
will up your armor by 2 points.
defense by 2?
Yes, your defense by 2.
And getting a shield costs points.
5 points. Because you have to be trained how to use it.
You have to put in all these different types of damage.
no,
Or-
well, not really.
Just pick
So-
one.
Just pick a weapon that you want to use, and
Right.
I'll worry about telling you what damages it is for now. Because honestly, it doesn't make a big difference.
The only people that will probably use all the different types of damage will be Russell and me. Because we are just weird like that. But Russell's mostly going to focus on magic because that's what Russell does best.
Is what I do best.
And this magic system is going to be pretty
So I might actually start focusing more on weapons too because I've changed them so much. Because I'm making the combat more realistic. D&D normal weapon of just bonk sucks. So I made it complicated.
Yes, the length matters in this one.
Yes, the reason we have length written on there, it does make a difference depending on who you're fighting. The people we're fighting today, it won't matter.
No, it's not gonna.
So just pick whatever you think sounds cool.
Will they have negatives since they are
Yes.
short?
Yes.
So
They have all the same negatives as short, but no hands to grapple.
So if I up my speed twice,
Of your speed twice,
Yes.
you would gain 1 to defense because your movement speed would then be 40.
and only
What did
increases
you
by
put?
1.
Oh,
Yes, it only increased by 1. Because to get your speed mod, it is
points.
Yeah.
to get your speed mod is divide by 10, round up. Did you get everything, Ammon?
Probably lost.
What else was going to do? Because I just finished.
Oh gosh.
But I've been. I knew what I was. I basically, yeah, I invented the system. So I basically knew what I was going to do from the beginning. Alright. So you're going to go human. Okay, so just pick whichever you're going to go with. It doesn't really matter for right now because.
Health is very important.
Mine for that and
Your hit points are based
Wait,
on
why are you adding one to mine?
your base is 4 for humanoid.
Honestly, for this one shot, I'd probably just ignore mine.
health level
Because you don't need
how many
to.
times you multiply
focus
your
on it.
durability.
When we actually do the full campaign,
Your
definitely
health
say
bonus
drop one in mind.
is just
because
an
then you'll be
added
able to
bonus.
start with focusing on 2 things.
Um,
But in this one, unless you're going with magic for a one shot, it's kind of useless. Other than
So this is the
skill.
ability point. So
Yes,
just
one ability point.
okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Gain
And then
points in
2
health.
skill proficiency.
You have to lose half your health
2 skills.
to get a point.
And, I mean, you know how to pick skills, right? And then you just get 1 level each.
Athletics, and then
Another thing you're changing: long rests are a week, short rests are a day.
Yeah, we're
This
gonna
will
go
give you
party
downtime for training, making equipment, mending equipment, and just anything you want to do,
then
and recovering.
Now you need your background.
background. I did just custom, which is 2 skill options.
Okay.
So that's just 2 more of these, right?
Your,
And 1 tool for weapon proficiency.
why did we do 2 skill options, Alan? What? That should just be
Oh, one of 2.
No?
Yeah, but
Well,
you
they
put
have
2 skill options, yes,
Oh.
but they're supposed to be one or the
Well,
other.
duh. Yes, it's one or the other.
So he should have
Okay.
only one.
so 1 skill option.
Yeah, just grab another skill. Yep. And then a tool or
Let
weapon.
me go to that.
Yes.
Because it wouldn't make sense for you to give yourself 2 options and then choose one.
I'm going to choose both of them.
It's like, I really want survival and stealth, but I can only have one. No, custom is giving yourself 13 options and picking one.
Can I just put another one in athletics?
Sure.
Okay.
Skill. Until we figure out that's broken. Sure.
So what's broken?
That adding to or starting with multiple points into one thing.
It's not broken. It's just smart.
It is very smart.
I honestly want to just do all 3 in athletics.
Wouldn't this not how the human race works?
But it's 2.
Yes. But okay, and then yes, a tool or weapon of your choice. But you probably won't use a tool, so I just pick a weapon. Yeah, so you got blade, brawl, brutal,
Let me
pull on.
go and change that.
I honestly think range is probably going to be the most broken in this system. But that's just my personal opinion. Let's try and stack this, shall we?
I mean, break the system before it
As
gets.
long as you don't get close, this should work. Let's see, how high can we get you?
No durability.
How high can we get your power? How high do we need your power?
Yes. Range is going to be absolutely ridiculous. The problem with range is in order to up your health, you have to take damage.
Are the bonuses also something
I can get
you
it
have
sick.
to?
I would not do that much.
Your health bonus?
No, like the weapon bonus.
Oh, weapon
I
bonus?
wouldn't even go.
Like, how do you?
Do you have a proficiency in a weapon?
5 if you really want
I don't think
I would probably spend a little bit. I would
So
do
you
a
need
little
3
bit into
points
health
to gain a
and just go
proficiency into a
3
weapon. Do you have 3 points
Okay.
left?
I do.
So if you
Okay.
I have 14 points.
I need
I would
2 levels in
honestly
durability
do
if I
9
did
points
6
into
levels.
a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But then I would have nothing else.
Wait,
9
wait,
points.
wait a minute.
What would
No.
Whoa, how did you get 5 in your power and stuff?
Well, that's what I did.
It's 2 points.
No. It's 2 points for level 1, right?
Yeah.
4 for
6 for 2, right?
no.
6
Well,
2 4. Okay, so I could probably have more then.
No, so it's 2 points to get to 1.
Yeah.
And then you need another 4 points
Yeah.
to get to level 2. So 6 total. Then to get to level 3,
Or to get you to level 2,
you would
plus-
need 12 points.
Oh, because I'm starting at level 1. It
No,
would,
no. So this would get
8.
just 10 points in total.
Yes,
We'll
but
spend
it
10
is
points will get you to
2
and I think
plus
that's probably where
4.
we should
So
go.
6 total
Then
to
you
get to
can get
level
a
2.
bow.
12 total to get to level
1d10.
3.
Right.
then
20
and
total
we're
to
only
get to
level
level
3?
4.
Yes, on power.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I'm already level 1, so it's
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Right.
So 10 will get me to level 3.
This
Yes.
math is
So I'll just keep track of how many points
simple.
total you've spent. So that'll get you there.
would be 1, 2,
And you
3.
got
I have one extra
one
point.
free level into range.
For what?
So that would put your attack
Five.
Something.
What, your brutal weapon?
It's just to afford.
That'd be a
So,
yeah, your attack
1,
bonus
2,
will be
3, 4, 5,
if you want to hit
10
more.
points. Yeah?
You want
not
to
5 to
this
10.
your
To get to level
and
4,
so
you need 20
all you would need
points.
to do is spend 4, and that would become a 2.
You need 20 points.
20 points
Or
to
if
get
you
to level
spent
4.
another 6,
So
on
it's
top
2
of that,
points
that'll
to
also
get to
become
level
a
1.
3, making that plus 6.
Then it's
But you
4
don't really
more
need
points
to if you don't want to.
to get to level 2. So you spend points.
Let's just do the four.
Okay, these add up.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what's increasing is the number of points you need
So
to
your
spend.
bonus will now be plus 5 because it'll be your
So it would be
level in range,
6
Okay.
points to get to level 2.
and then we can basically just put the rest in
So if you put
durability and health bonus.
6 points into all of these, pretty much. How many points
Speed
did
if you want your armor class.
think it was for these? Was it 10?
So the speed effect.
Is that what
yeah,
you're doing?
That was
Yes, so if
12.
you spend just 6 points,
what I
this will go
thought, but-
up to 40, and that'll make your armor class 11.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
So how many points did you put into it?
Like
12?
12 for each.
12 for each?
And then
Be level
so
3.
you're,
So do,
for health, you're
Put
adding
threes.
durability.
and that
Yeah,
would
so if we were,
I would like.
what I did is I just
Wait,
went
what
up
would
to
that be?
2,
I don't know. What that would be.
that would adds, yes.
plus 6,
36.
that'll become a 2,
Okay.
which is
36 if you
cheap,
put 3
so
Right.
might as well.
Okay.
Then I up my health bonus by 2,
Okay,
by
so-
adding, so plus 6 more.
Then just minus 3.
So that'll be a 2.
Oh, so
Okay,
that's just
choose a
adding more
weapon.
to the.
Yes, so every time
Blaze
this number
roll
now
for
goes up, you will
plus
add
armor range.
both of these every time.
Let's just.
So the higher both of these are,
Okay, blade.
the more health you get
So just one level.
faster.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
So then
So
these
this is a
would
2.
be
Yeah, just put that as a 2.
So
20,
start at how many health?
Not 20.
Well, right now you just start at 4
plus
still
1.
because this
So
health level
both
is
of those
0.
are
So you would need to spend another
4.
6
Those are plus 4.
okay.
to get that to 2, and that'll put you at
Okay,
a total of
and
12
then
hit points.
I would minus
So 2 for
2
12.
off.
Yeah.
2 more.
And then if I wanted to increase
you-
this by 1 to get that 11,
You
you would
would
health level.
you would add 6.
Okay.
it's 6 to increase that. Or
You have to
just go-
increase. You have to increase it.
So now
Because it
your
goes up
hit
by
points
five.
are 4 plus durability. So that'd be 7.
Okay.
You still have 9 points. Let's do. Okay.
I'm just not gonna put anything in mind, or
We're not gonna worry about mine right now.
I wouldn't worry about it too much,
Um,
unless you want like
so
perception or
actually
something.
do it. Another one.
That's why I'm hoping I have like
Six.
one more point.
You have. I mean, you have
Wait, why
12
minus
points
6? 'Cause
left.
I already
Blades
got.
go up
And if
by
you wanted,
3.
you could go
So
Oh, right.
it'll give you a plus
I mean,
2
you could
instead
go
of a
up to-
plus 1.
any of these, or
Or you can increase your.
I
Those will go up by 5.
increase my weapon.
Go up to 5.
or you could up range again.
And now you have
Kind of a
3
sniper.
points.
So I have 12 right now.
Yeah. You have
So
12
just
left.
grab a health bonus for 2 points.
I guess you could up your power as well,
Yeah, that's
Get
4,
1,
and that
so
would
now
be
this becomes 8.
because that would increase your damage, not just your attack bonus.
right.
Okay.
So that would increase.
And that would
Yeah, I
increase
just
my
need one more
athletic
point, and then I
and
can
my.
Yeah.
up any one of
So you
these.
might as well. How much is that one? 8.
For level 4, that's 8.
51. We just pick a
So that
51.
leaves you
You start out with
4.
Did you use all 50 points?
I used 50 exactly. How did you end up with an odd
49.
because I took a shield.
Oh, shields and weapons.
Wait, weapons?
No, they go by 3s.
Oh, they do.
Oh, the weapons do?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't take any on weapon.
you didn't.
So one was automatic.
So
What goes on even if you up it by
and
2?
so that would have been up by 6. I mean,
Huh?
2 instead of 4.
So it's like in weapons, you go up to 3.
So I can put.
So I can take
One level into
weapon.
something.
Wait, no. I have to get 9 in order to upgrade the
As
weapon.
long as it's the base
To
level.
get to level 3, it's
This
Well,
is still very.
because it's 3.
I mean, I
Oh,
could.
you're right. It would be nice.
So I would
So the nice
more
thing about
points.
having line, even if you are just going for like a power build, is not only do you get the focus, but it'll increase your mana,
Can I just like
which is how you spend for abilities like sneak attack.
and have a +4?
So with a mind of one,
So I'm going to have
2
a
focus.
defensive build where you can literally use your shields to just bash through enemies. So you could have huge defense and just cream people.
It won't be that much damage.
It wouldn't be a ton of damage, but you're not going to get hit. And it would be sweet.
Okay.
So should I just put my 5 points
now
and just
have a
something
ranger.
random?
Yay.
5 points?
Yeah.
I'm ranged.
What you could do...
Why do you have 2 levels in it? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
That was a free.
put it in
Yes,
mine.
those 2 freebies. So then I have
+2 and
to,
then I have 1
for
remaining.
this though.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, let's get you
So
right.
this is,
then you can become proficient in one more weapon.
All of these are
I don't
0
want to be
right now.
proficient in another weapon.
right, but it's, you're adding the power bonus.
Yes, but
How is that?
you don't write it down.
Okay.
It's basically if you're told to roll, you just. We should probably do a another box
Yes.
for totals.
Yes, I have that written down right here. It says totals.
Okay.
And we'll break that up. There is room
So
for
this is gonna be totals like right here.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just you could just draw a line down if you want to.
That's what I did.
See, I never write them down on the D&D sheet, so it doesn't bother me.
I always do.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just know what they are.
Yes. That is also nice, but not everybody just knows what things are. Okay.
Right.
So everybody ready?
No, because I need to pick another stinking weapon.
Just grab like a bow or something.
No, it's gotta be a bow.
Oh,
I'm weird.
So we have a ranger with a 1d10.
If I pick up a club, how do I get it to a 1d12?
it has to be a really big club. That's it.
Yeah, it's just really massive, and it'll probably actually require a power level.
So I don't have any weapons other
Oh
than
yeah,
range.
you need to put. Yes, you only have ranged right now because that's what you chose. So, I mean, if you wanted to ditch the mind, I guess you could pick up like blade or something and pick up, or even
I'll
brawl.
pick up a
You could pick up
warhammer.
brawl and just fight with your bare hands.
Well, if I took blades, couldn't I do a range like a knife and use it as both?
No, blade does not have throwing daggers. That is brawling.
Brawling has the throwing weapons.
Oh, okay. Well,
Range only has bows and
Crossbows, pistols, and rifles.
pistols, rifles, and sling,
And fling.
and slings in this game.
Our things in these games got an upgrade. A really big upgrade. You could play David, and you could literally slay Goliath.
so brawl will I range daggers.
You could if you wanted throwing daggers. They're nowhere as good as your. Brawling would be more for just picking up proficiency in unarmed, so that you can touch people
So
better.
blade would be more beneficial.
If you wanted another close quarters weapon, yes.
Alright, I'll pick one on range.
And then you can just pick up like arming sword or something.
And then I will pick up
Or
a.
I guess it's
So-
a shot. You can
So
pick
since
up
I have
anything
3
in
power, I
pick
can
up
have
money,
a long.
and we haven't assigned money, so
So weapons I can do.
you can pick any. These are all the blades, or the list on here. Oh, right. I scrolled too fast. Oh, I went
Okay, any questions?
up. Keep going.
Ben, do you have any questions?
No, right there.
I figured it
One
out.
more up. Right there's blade.
So then, with my range,
I just pick one of
Those
those,
numbers were
depending on if you want one
bonus
hand or
plus
two
power
handed.
equals.
You can't use a shield, so you might as well pick up a two hand, I guess.
So that's a plus
Yeah.
4. That will be 1d10 because that's your target.
A long sword.
Okay.
Great sword.
I mean, you could do a great sword too. It doesn't really matter.
No. Except for today.
Alright, there's my 50.
And then the bonus for that would be just the +1,
Yes.
Or-
1 plus 4.
so 5.
And then the damage, it's all of those technically plus 4, but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep this simple. Choose your anchor.
It'll be red and black.
Okay, Russell?
I guess.
you're ready. Introduce your character.
We would call him Zokar Jr. I panic.
We get that.
Okay, so Carson Jr. Obviously, an elf going into magic. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yep.
Which,
Sold.
oh,
He's a scholar.
yeah,
Don't ask.
yes. Okay,
Yep.
then,
I'm Conator, and I am a human that is unhappy with the world at the moment. And yeah, that's basically it. I have a hand and a half sword and a dagger, because those sounded cool to me. So
That does
yep.
So here's a hand and a half?
Yes, sir.
What are these? For the range?
I mean, you only had to scroll through like 30 different weapons.
I also have a harmless kit because that
That is why you needed your
And-
power to be 3.
Yeah.
So that you can have 1d10.
Oh, so these are 1d10.
You have a 1. You can now draw back a 1d10, which
I will separate them.
we'll just call that one a 150-pound draw.
So we'll do 100.
A 100, 150, or 200, and then the hunting one we'll just call it 50.
And that increases the piercing power.
Yeah, the piercing damage. Yeah.
Taylor, introduce your
Very
character.
close to being able to do those.
I am Almuerzo Capaz.
I will never
I
be able to
could have
say
done
that. Like the one shot.
Just call me Alma.
Alma,
That'll work.
spirit,
Yeah. So
spirit man.
this one will be
Spirit Lunchable.
and we'll just. I mean, don't worry about the range because it's gonna be bigger. Than
I am an orc. My occupation is a soldier. I will be wielding a morning star and a shield.
Nice, nice, nice.
So 4,
Good
5,
deal.
6 for my.
My flaw, I run straight into battle.
That would definitely be a flaw.
Yeah, how do you determine defense?
Defense is 7 plus your speed mod, which is 3.
Okay.
Yes, all of us are kind of crappy on defense except for
Me.
Taylor.
But you don't need to worry about it because these guys, they've got less than a 50% chance of hitting you. So,
What should I lessen firebolt down to?
D6? Well, so I was thinking that what we'll have to do is just use a D.
I'll just use a D8 for now.
Yeah.
One dice stack.
Yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the progression of spells is going to be very different and stupid awesome.
So it'll be stupid.
Okay, and then you okay to.
My name is Cog. Because I'm not very smart, and it's really easy to spell.
Yes, we are changing bludgeoning damage to blunt damage because
Alan and I.
we're not that smart. We're intelligent.
And I'm human, so I'm very vanilla. And, yeah.
Yeah, humans.
Ranger, basically.
Well, we got 2 humans, an elf, and an orc.
Yeah.
That's fun party.
I'm a human ranger, basically.
Basically. These rangers we can actually make into more like Rangers Apprentice Rangers because they don't have magic. Or don't technically need it.
They could get.
They don't need it. They don't need it. They won't be relying on magic to make them a okay class.
Exactly.
Yeah, but don't you have to use mana still to?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Just
Yes.
No.
Eventually, you will need mana for fire style and technique.
Yeah, it's just the techniques.
But we're not worried about either of those right now because this is already confusing enough. We'll work through it all
Like
later.
the fact that I technically know 3 first level spells in both faith and nature, but I ain't picking those, so we're sticking with the basics that I already had memorized.
My personality is that I'm blunt. My goal is not to die, and my flaws are that I'm dead inside.
I'm already dead inside. Sounds good. Okay, so you guys
The humans are in unison.
dead inside.
Actually, yeah, they sound very similar.
So you guys have been traveling for a little while, actually.
You see the resemblance?
You guys have been traveling. Yeah, one has there, one has
One has hair up here, one has hair down here.
I have found a doppelganger of you.
Really?
Yes, a guy that I started working with. Yeah,
No boy.
he has a similar hairline and beard. His voice is just like so
Do you need help, Ben?
No, I don't.
I had the same problem. I couldn't open it without a shirt because it
I did it. Hi.
hurt my fingers too
I'm
much.
fine.
Okay.
I mean, have you felt my hands? They're like
For construction worker, he has the softest hands.
baby skin.
He must not do a lot of work.
Not recently.
Recently,
There's more time on his phone than just working.
I spend like 5 hours a day driving, and I'm not the one driving. I sit in the passenger seat while someone else drives for 5 hours a day, and then I help them move the furnace in, and then go.
That's even better.
Yes, it's quite the game. But you guys have been traveling for a little while in the continent of Cadria,
Oh boy.
which is that one.
That's why we're
It's,
going.
it's still Cadrian, right?
What?
I thought it was called Cadrian.
Is it Cadrian?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was Cadria or Candrian or.
Yeah, because that's what we called it.
System.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the Cadrian system. It is a 0 to hero system.
It depends on.
But
Just like that.
Cadrian continent, the continent of Cadrian.
If you're a local, it's said differently.
Just CAD.
Cad.
It's a factor CAD.
So we could do an acronym for that. I don't know what it'd be, but it would be cool.
Yeah,
system.
I like accurate.
I usually like acronyms. So you guys have been traveling for a little bit. It is the dead of winter.
Sweet.
Well,
My favorite time of year.
the dead of summer in the northern hemisphere, but it is the dead of winter where you guys are. There has been a lot of strange.
We have 2 Christmases.
No boy.
No, it's the same Christmas, just some people celebrate it in summer.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, well, what if they didn't?
What if?
They're on a completely different calendar in the upper hemisphere.
Christmas, Morose is in the northern hemisphere, so he is on the northern hemisphere Christmas.
Yes, technically, but
But it's summer for him.
but he could technically just do it twice a year.
Maybe it's not a bad idea.
It would make it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's true.
Get the north.
You only have to deal with presents for the northern hemisphere, and then that's not. And then you have 6 months later. Yeah. Seoul, Calais. Oh, wait, I have the calendar. But
If you're watching, Kelly, no.
Yeah, but you guys have been traveling around quite a bit, and in the area there's been a lot of oddities. Ever since a large shift has happened in the planar expanse, these oozes have been showing up. They get their name because if you see them appear, it is almost as if they are oozing out of a different plane. Shut up.
The real name Flubber.
No, they are slimes. And in the dead of winter, a lot of them have been frost oozes.
Okay.
You've seen several small ones, and a lot more rare are the medium-sized ones. They're a little more dangerous. Sometimes they're hard to spot as they roll through the snow, but they do leave quite the track.
Did they become your snowman?
They become little snowmen.
I killed one.
I couldn't find the snowman for the large one.
Oh.
I know. Maybe the snowman's right here. We've been using him
Have we?
every once in a while.
It's a mess. I need to clean in here.
Hey, I found a pencil.
Oh, what the heck is this?
That's an excellent question.
It's like white out. Don't smell it.
Don't look at.
Is it super glue?
Let your inner thoughts.
It
take
does
over.
say glue on it, so maybe it's
Right.
just glue.
Okay. You want to hand me Admin's marker?
My marker.
Nope. That marker, Russell.
Marker.
Russell.
Oh, the one that Russell. 20 minutes.
Okay.
I forgot that was his. I should probably grab one of my fish toys.
Russell.
Yes.
I realized I forgot initiative. It is off your speed mod.
Oh boy.
I need another box
Yeah.
right there.
Well,
I mean, you
luckily, I
have this
vertical thing.
nice spot. Yeah, this nice column that's like awkwardly right there.
Yeah,
And you can just put initiative squished really awkwardly in there.
Initiative.
And we can put a really
Didn't you change the number to being smaller anyway, so it'd be easier to fit in that anyway?
I guess you know what you really should do is just put speed mod right there and just call it a day.
Just make the speed box bigger and then put speed mod next to it.
Well, you don't even need to change the speed box side. You just literally put speed mod and we write.
You could literally just
Not
put
right
mod
here.
and an arrow pointing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'll do that. So your initiative is based on your speed.
Level.
Okay.
Speed mod. So
that
it'd
would
be
a-
divided by 10.
Okay.
So his is for
The first number.
his is for yours is 3.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
number.
First
That's what
number.
I was thinking at first.
As you guys are coming along, make some perception checks.
Yeah, I'm
Perception check.
natural
I
20.
think I might get this.
That would be cool.
That will be a natural 1.
You're lucky your eyes.
It's got 0 after it.
Oh man, that is another thing we are doing. No, weapons breaking.
Great. Perfect. That's an 8.
An 8.
His eyes just cross, and they're stuck that way
I'm
for
just-
10 minutes.
Just sitting there.
Alright, I got a. Because I am proficient.
Oh, you did take 3 in mind.
Oh, I'm going magic, yeah.
Yes, he's doing magic. That's why he's doing mine.
'Cause you're
17. Yes, I'm testing out a little bit of magic just to see how the mana works out.
I understand.
And then from there we'll play around with it.
Add your stat to it.
Yeah.
Whether you're proficient or not, you still add your stat.
Right.
I have a mind. That. So
Yeah.
you add 3?
Yeah.
Okay, oh gosh, yes. So,
11.
you got one more than I did.
Technically, I got 2.
So,
Okay, everybody except him sees several tracks. A few of them are just like boink, boink, just these smudges in the snow. A few others are rolling. There is.
You guys notice the
Wait, what did you
over
get?
there? The bonus
Russell?
tracks? And you
What?
See what
I
I'm
got a 17.
17.
rolling.
the tracks over there. You see that? You know,
Okay.
Someone's making a snowman.
But you do see
that's what I was thinking.
4 tracks.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Oh,
Here, put your guys on that half of the map.
Right, perfect.
I'm
So I
which
can
one are
roll the
you?
map
I'm
down, yeah.
spearheading everything.
I'm gonna be like,
I guess I'm. I don't understand. I'm just gonna put these over here.
But
we don't need.
you do see 4 tracks just leading
Probably be in the back.
to 4 little snow mounds.
How much health do you have?
Hey, how much health do you guys both have?
You have 8.
Eight.
He needs to be in the back.
He doesn't have a range fighter, but yes.
Which
It's fine.
It's fine. You're not gonna die with 8 health. You will have to be hit so many times.
I'm gonna.
What do you guys have?
We both have 12. Because
Because he built my character.
yeah, I built his character. Okay.
But you do see those 4 little mounds
If you left this at 3 and actually kept 1 in mind, we would have been identical. Opposite.
No. Okay.
Hey, opposites.
Wait, you have 3.
3, 3, 1.
Oh, no, I have 1, 2, 3. He has 4, 2, 0.
No, well, we're testing this.
It's
I
fine.
don't need to add any extras.
It's fine now.
I looked at him and I was like, these guys don't have any help.
I don't hurry up. We won.
Okay.
I glare at one and he dies.
Like pretty much.
Ooh.
His intervention.
Is there anything like vicious mockery in?
There
There
will
will
be.
be, yes.
Yes.
I will make
But
sure.
you have to make sure it's an intelligent creature.
Not vicious mockery. Vicious mockery didn't matter.
No. Vicious mockery, they have to understand you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. They have to understand the language.
They have to
So
understand.
they have to have more than possible.
So you just have to have that
So you gotta get
That
Harry
thing where you
speak
can-
English and then you can use
So
it.
then you can use it. Okay. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
And you guys,
Right.
Heck yeah, 13.
really?
18.
Wait,
You
I
had the plus.
add
Yeah.
9 to that?
No,
No.
you add
3.
I add 3.
Yes.
You're
Right,
free.
initiative. Okay.
So-
Yeah.
That is a 19.
That would be 8
You are the brown.
Yep.
for me.
19,
18.
16,
18.
18.
I'm going. Yeah, I have to get 13.
Going last.
I roll awful.
Well, they're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead.
They're dead. They are dead.
Take this.
Dead man in dish.
Okay.
E-D.
You know where they are. So,
Third.
you go first.
I don't know where they are.
He doesn't know where he goes first.
And I run straight in. 5, 10,
Well, they pointed it out.
25, 30,
So you
30,
see that.
40. I'm gonna step right there.
I did. I know that for certain.
You pointed it out to him?
Yeah.
I run past the mound.
You and him are just running bets to see how
How long will it take you to figure it out?
I'll go straight up to right there because they said a mound. And
rolling's all the show.
I'm just gonna swing straight at it with my mound.
Okay.
For a
Morning
13.
stars damage.
13?
Funny.
Or is
The
it?
morning start? Oh, yeah, because it's 1d4 plus 1d6. Or 1d8.
1d. No, I thought it was the other. It's the other way around.
1d6 plus 1d4.
Always, I always put them out.
Oh, yeah. You hit.
For a grand total of 4.
It's dead.
Oh, you need to technically split the but the minimum is way higher than its maximum. So
Oh, wait. Your bludgeoning is doubled.
yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you should split the weight. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Your minimum is 4. So, it does not matter.
Wait, my minimum is 4? How so?
Your damage plus your power.
His minimum was 5.
Yeah,
And it's 2 dice.
it's 2 dice. So, it is your dice plus your power. That is your damage.
So plus 3.
Yes.
So yeah, my minimum is 5.
Your minimum is 5.
And I rolled
Way more.
7.
Yes. So you slam into this mound of snow, and it just. And you see the remains of this small frost ooze, chunks of ice and snow. Yeah. He leaves one. Dang it! What's it called? I lost the word, Russell. He drops one frost slime.
Oh! Adding Zelda mechanics.
Basically.
Yes, I am. They will. These stat blocks will have loot on it. So if you want to loot the body or what it drops, because weapons and potions and herbalist kits are all going to use different material drops.
Okay.
So, you killed him! Well done! So, if you were focusing on your brawling weapon, which for you, you would.
My brutal.
Your brutal, not brawling. Your brutal weapon, up on your focus, you would say 1. So you used it one time. So you gain 1 skill point. So once you get it, once you get it up to 9, you'd be able to spend those points to level it up.
Yay! Have some light, guys. You can see now.
You can see the reflection of the paper.
I really can't see now. Golly, there you
Now
go.
you're gonna see how tired I am.
Perception. Right. Okay, it really doesn't change much for you. It's just mostly bad.
So running.
And now it's mostly bad.
Smash.
They turned
Yeah.
Wait,
Look,
That is
all of a sudden,
your turn. It is now. I can't remember. Cog's turn.
Cog.
Yes.
Cog rhymes with dog.
The dog.
Sick it.
16
Oh yeah.
plus 6.
22.
A 22 to hit.
Oh yeah. They are very small and not very fast.
Oh, it's very damn.
And that's a plus 6 to damage. So do you want me to roll or do you want me to just...
No. Plus 4 to damage.
Oh, but I thought the bonus...
No, that's your attack bonus.
That's your attack bonus.
Your
Your
damage will be
so
1d10
Plus 4 times.
I'm not gonna be able to reach.
Well, no, because it's range damage, so it's plus 4, 5, 6.
No. That's attack. This only applies to the attack bonus.
But the
Shoot the further one.
Okay.
And this applies to damage and attack bonus.
Okay. The further one, they're both the same distance, right?
It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Can I throw my dagger?
only if it's a throwing knife.
You technically could. It would not have the same effect as it does in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay,
We
so
separated daggers and throwing knives.
it's it's a plus 4, so
Yeah. So.
Which one did you shoot?
I gotta do this one.
Okay. Each DM.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to shoot the furthest one from you or the furthest one from me.
Okay. That brings it to your turn.
I don't think I can do anything
You can move forward and shoot.
because I don't have any ranged weapons and I only have 30 feet. So I'm gonna like make it to like there, and I'd say hi. That's it.
Awesome.
Just yell at them.
4 points of damage.
Yeah, that's why I asked if I could throw my dagger because yeah.
You know what?
You can.
You had enough points. You can take the lunging technique.
You did have enough?
Yes, he had like 5 points left.
Oh,
I thought I only had one.
How do you only have 1 left?
Well,
No,
I had the
you only got
calculator.
2.
But he could also just pick up brawling and have throwing knives.
I had the calculator and we could minus it down, and the last number I saw on there was 1. I believe. So
We're gonna be very nice to you. Take the prop.
yeah, give me
Well, that would technically take 3 points.
Actually, I believe
Do lunge. Take your. So you can make a lunging attack with your sword.
I donated my 1 point.
Yes. To make an attack at a range.
Heck yeah!
Team.
So
Okay.
here we go. That's
It doesn't.
that's a 3.
Well, you're still
No,
eight.
you're still there. 8. 8 to hit.
8 to hit.
Not that one.
Oh,
Really?
And the damage that I didn't get was
Max damage.
Oh, that's right. I can change criticals in this game.
Yes.
Your donation.
Please do. I don't have any ideas, but you can.
Well, I was just gonna use the one rule of rolling the damage still, but also doing 1 max damage dice.
Ooh, I do like that one better.
Because you still get to the fun of rolling, but you do more damage.
Yeah, your average will be. Got it. Makes sense. Okay, you go to stab, and it just like slightly rolls out of the way, and you stab into the mound, and it just like kind of slides out of the way, and just like gets ready to jump at you. Okay, that brings it to your turn, Zokar Jr. It is not canon.
It's not.
so good. Junior. Junior Zokar's Junior.
Okay, Zokar Jr.
What
will
is it,
make
man?
an attack with a bolt of fire.
Oh boy.
That will be 18 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That'll be 10 fire damage. So a total of 20 fire damage.
Fire damage.
This thing is incinerated.
Which one?
technically drop anything if you do that?
Why not?
I mean,
It becomes a fire slide.
in Legends of Zelda, when you blow things up, it still drops things.
I love how we're playing games.
That is a really good point. If you completely destroy and incinerate it, or if you freeze it or turn it into stone,
Yeah, I'll have to mess with that because that might make magic not so great.
yeah, because every single spell that you use, you won't be able to loot anything.
If you use force damage, it won't.
Yeah,
be
so you use force or psychic or something like that.
Alright, one's remaining.
That you can see.
Yep, brings us to their turn.
Okay,
Oh,
pick a point on the map. Anywhere on the map.
There.
I don't know.
Okay.
Here, let's toss a dice.
Right there. Okay.
what?
How did we miss that?
Because I rolled an 18 on stealth.
And I got a 17 on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. I was closing my eyes to hear.
You were taking a nap while you were walking.
Okay.
Well, it's what I do at night. Close my eyes and I'm still talking and paying attention to everything. I just can't see.
We'll just go to this one.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you watch as a medium frost ooze comes up out of the snow and rolls toward you.
Okay.
How, what?
I'm like, it's bigger than the rest of them. How did we miss them?
Yes, it covered itself in snow and
It looked like a snow.
I'm within range.
Yeah.
You can walk past this.
You can still ask a question in a rhetorical fashion, like,
how did we miss that? Gosh dang it, there's a... No! How did you miss? I rolled a 4! My dice do not like this system, apparently. I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 9.
I think you should have thrown more oozes.
I can always grab some more.
oozy woozy.
Throw a large one. It didn't make a stat block for a large one.
You don't need a stat block. I gave you a way to make the health work.
You know,
Well, yes, the health would work, but
throw in the
Damage works just fine as well.
still in this guy.
Keep all the stats. Keep all the stats.
or its attack bonus would go up. That's about it.
Wow, that's
Just
very.
Jesus.
Come
No,
on, why not up there?
I'm sorry.
Because they're
They're the distractions.
staying back.
Oh look, this one was stealthy.
If they're staying,
They look like a tree. You guys watch them rolling this way. Okay.
Huzzah, more slime.
Okay, fine. I'll put one right over here.
thank you.
Huzzah.
So, one misses. He shall go over here to attack him. I'll use this die. I haven't rolled this one yet. This is 7 hit.
No.
Yeah!
Yeah, his movement speed was 0.
Which is a thing in this game. Good luck. Yeah, really? Huh?
How you get moving speed here?
Spells. Or being grappled. Or being restrained. And it will affect your armor defense. So if you grapple somebody, their defense drops by their speed mod.
So if they were at 40, it now drops by 4.
That's nice. But then if you're grappling somebody, does your speed?
Your speed also drops.
Oh.
Because that's kind of how grappling works.
They are right there, and they can lose kidney stab.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one hits! With a 17.
No.
No?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, but
I actually took everything in durability.
1 damage.
One.
No. You're like, I got pricked. I don't know how.
It like rolls up to you and just like jumps and just like slams into your knee a little bit, and it's just like, ah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's 1 cold damage.
I only have a shield and a battle axe and normal clothes.
Morning star.
And a morning star.
Define normal.
What was his
just like
token
plot.
again? I don't remember. I remember mine.
This one.
And the brown.
Okay,
But it's a small guy.
it's now the small guy's turn. Yay, there's only 1 left. And he shall attack.
Take that shot.
This guy has been loving it. Yes.
Damage. Max.
He does more damage than me.
I'm
What?
gonna call interference on that one.
Dude,
Oh,
please.
come on.
One.
Still one!
Yeah.
One damage.
You roll the 1.
Huh? They have -1.
Yes, I know. That's why I was asking if you.
Yes, I rolled 1, but it like bumped into my die, so I rolled 1, which would mean 0 damage, but I rolled a 2.
So how far away from this guy do I have to be effective?
Huh? With your bow?
Yeah.
The same. Yeah.
You have to be out.
But you can also just draw your greatsword. Or your longsword, I should say.
Longsword.
Sorry, longsword.
Okay. That is all the little guys. My turn. Your turn.
In the throat.
Punch him in the
17.
He's actually easier to hit, surprisingly.
Really?
They are bigger.
17.
Yes, that definitely hits.
10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah, that was a hit. So
He found a
you smash him, and yeah, he drops across the line.
No, he can't crack.
Da
Da da da da.
Okay, that's your turn. Brings you to.
That's not the end of my turn.
It's not the end of your turn. Run over. Okay, that's the end of your turn. That's your turn.
So I guess I pull out my longsword and punch this guy in
That'll
That's
definitely
a
hit.
20.
Yeah.
And technically, you would have +2 because it's long versus short.
Yes.
+2.
Don't worry about it. It's all
So it would have been a +22.
Yes.
And then
Because your weapons matter.
the length versus their length.
That's why I picked the Morning Star.
It's mid.
All of the brutal are mid.
Yes.
and that's 11 damage.
Oh no. Each kid. You take your great sword and just leave it right in half. And it
And he's backing away.
Well, let's see. I'm right here. I want to be able to see both of these guys.
So if you move over to here, you should be good.
Right there.
Yeah.
Roughly.
I'll tell him to duck.
Where? It is.
Might.
Okay.
I'm already so close to this thing that I don't think this is gonna matter, so I'm gonna use my dagger. And
No, don't use your dagger. Don't use.
yeah, it's the same amount of damage. What?
Wait, what? No, your hand and a half sword. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, same amount of damage. Yeah.
D6.
But the hand and a half sword is longer, meaning you
Yeah.
get +1 when you're fighting the slime because it's using brawling.
Okay.
No boy.
That is why you want a longer weapon. Is for if you get grappled, basically.
Okay.
Use a long sword for
very
getting
smart.
grappled and just.
So you're saying
I'm
that
saying
that if I use this hand and a half sword, I get a +1 to hit?
Plus the
An
bonus.
additional +1.
yes, plus your
Plus your strength.
plus your attack bonus. So your would
Okay.
become a +6 if you use the
Okay.
hand and a half sword.
So technically, it's better to use the hand.
So you're doing a base damage of 6.
No, it doesn't change
No.
damage.
You're adding 1 to hit.
Okay.
So instead of it just being +5, it's +6.
How significant is a 1 point difference?
It could mean everything.
Well, with your last roll, it could mean everything. But it really doesn't matter as long as you hit.
You know what?
Just keep the 20.
I understand the risk.
But also hand and a half sword you can use in both hands. And
Which doesn't matter because
Do
you're
more
going to
damage,
kill it
technically.
in one shot.
I'm
Take the
gonna,
risk. Use your
I'm
knife.
gonna take the risk and I'm going to go for the aesthetics. Here we go.
Yay!
Yeah, I love it.
Hit. So you pull out your dagger.
Keeps. You need to keep your dagger out at all times.
And just
Yes, sir. Stab it right in the face. Take that, bugger. I got you with my less competent weapon. Okay?
mostly snow at the moment.
Yeah. I stabbed him right in the snow part. Right in that part of his body.
No face.
In the snow.
And then I'm gonna come over here to I'm gonna
Assist.
It's in the snowzer.
Oh, is there assist bonus?
Pack tactics.
Not pack tactics, but
Mob tactics.
what's it called?
Flanking.
Flanking. Yes, that is a thing.
I shall
You take the help action.
fire.
Huh?
If you take the help action,
No, you don't have to take it help action.
right? But if
You're like, how are we gonna calculate save DCs?
What?
How are we gonna calculate save DCs?
Based on their mod? Or.
Did I not? But it's the same as like your defense.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was 7 plus your mind plus your magic level.
Okay. Right. So. Alright. So make a dexterity saving throw.
We're gonna use the good die. It's not dexterity.
Or saving throw. Sorry. My bad.
That is a 8.
Ah, thank heaven. It failed! So I'm gonna roll 2d6 instead of 3d6 and then plus 9.
no,
He's dead.
11. 12.
Are you sure you don't want to have one hanging against a tree?
11.
Yeah, tree.
That will be 11 fire damage, so 22.
It's a snow-covered willow tree.
Snow covered willow tree. No, I was mostly just testing this.
the god of the slimes steps out. Portal.
Nailed it.
Turns out it
It is very dead. It is
Oh boy!
Very
Everybody run.
Or we all sit and fight.
Well, no, I just run and shoot from a distance.
I'll be sitting there.
Well then, you look around and make sure there are no other slimes.
Perception check.
Perception check.
Now one.
Here we go.
Get a 3.
Oh, we got more.
Do I add mine to it?
Yes.
Great.
I can't remember. Were we saying we only count successes?
No.
Okay.
As long as you don't roll a 1.
You counted.
Oh.
Got it. Check.
So if you were focusing on perception, you would not get any skill points for that.
What am I focusing? I'm on.
Nice.
You can focus on one thing right now.
And I can focus on
That's 14.
14.
Total.
I wouldn't because that requires saving throws to get.
So I focus on range.
I'm so focused
you
on
can
the
either
snow.
focus on your range.
No, now.
Snow mounds.
It just
All the areas that I picked up with tread, there's a little.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I use though.
For the aesthetic.
so if you focus on this, or if you could be focusing on blade to get that up
Yeah.
as well. But it's just whatever you would think you would focus on. For perception, I got a 16.
Yeah, there's
As you see me just going around with my morning
I
star,
like keeping
matching
track of
everyone's
my little
footprints.
I'm like, okay, I've done 2 perceptions, 2 arcana.
Yes. Well, that will finish that up. Do you guys have any questions, any thoughts that I can just like make notes of? I'll just go to the bottom.
This 0 to hero
Well.
will be interesting in some ways and really annoying in others.
Oh, I love it so far.
Well, if my dice cooperate.
Right.
Sometimes some of the complexity, it kind of like, it makes me nervous on where it's the direction it's going and stuff, but, you know, overall,
Well,
I'm
Well, when you first started playing D&D,
yeah,
it is a steep learning curve.
yeah.
right. Well, that's the thing. So you were originally designing this for his campaign,
Yes.
and his campaign is going to be a shorter campaign,
Yeah.
and he wants to go from like 0 to hero in that time frame. I feel like
We won't go all the way to hero. This is just like he didn't specifically say how long.
Technically,
We're not gonna go to God mode.
No.
the fastest way to progress in this system is actually through training with a down trainer, and that will be the way that in Ben's campaign we'll be able to progress.
And it also puts
To my understanding, we're going to be working with kind of like a guild type deal, and they will have people who can train us in certain skills, and so we will progress in those ones exponentially faster than talent.
If you find a trainer, you're gonna progress a lot faster.
Yeah. So
it also puts more pressure on us as players to find these people and actually go out instead of it just being, oh, yeah, you just gain more.
Yeah.
and you have to keep track during combat and outside of combat.
The other fun thing is during downtime, because you have a 4 in power and I only have a 1 in power, could train me in power, and both of us would increase.
Do we have a place for tally marks though for focuses?
Right there, under focus.
So,
Okay.
because I have
do you
3 in mine,
have
you
that
have 0, I
for-
could train you in mine.
Like,
You only have to be 2 levels above, remember?
yeah,
So once you have the focus and
that was
Yeah, so you
what
got
I'm hiring, what he's hiring.
change these others.
just sitting there punching
Oh,
bullets
okay.
while you're
Yeah.
trying to do.
So it's all
Both
focused.
of us would
Like,
Okay, so wait a minute.
you
You put all the focus points here, but you can spend them in different places here depending on what it
So
pertains
this
to.
is what you would do with focus. So I wrote down, these are the ones I want to focus on.
Okay.
And then every time I use that, I just put a tally mark. And that's one
Okay.
point in those areas.
I see.
So once I've reached, because I'm 2 levels in nature, well, that's not arcana. That's supposed to be nature. I'm so confused.
You are going to get really confused.
Every time I go to cast fire, I'm going to be thinking
you
arcana, but it's
Think of
nature.
like a brutal
So-
weapon.
Technically, that would be 2 in nature. I'm level 2 in nature.
Yeah. So I just didn't realize that
But
all
once
that
I
would
use
be
6
here.
spells of nature,
Well,
You have to
this.
select which one you want to
Well,
focus on.
Yeah.
since it was a one shot,
I
you didn't
need to-
worry about focus.
Yeah.
So if I do
But you can focus on a number of things equal to your mind modifier plus 1
Okay.
for a maximum of 11 once you hit God mode.
So I could focus. My character could focus on 4 things.
4 things.
Nice. Sweet. So it's good that I put that into mine right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of technicalities and a lot of stuff like that, but it's like
Yeah.
the openness of it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
excited about.
appreciate the openness because I feel like I can go in and I can be like, okay, I'm going to focus on and be like a ranger type character, and then halfway through they meet a wizard or whatever, they get inspired, and all of a sudden they go into magic.
Yeah.
so
Halfway through.
Yes.
so with range, how would you train that? I mean, could you like be shooting trees and
Well, you can shoot trees. You can look
So
at shooting range.
Okay. So with weapons, you either have to do it in combat to gain points, or training sessions. So training works. You get a mentor, and you spend a full day of downtime with him or them, and you get 5 points
okay?
in that section. Later on, you can take an hour to do training techniques that your mentor gave you to gain 2 points. You can do that a number of times throughout a week, equal to your
What about
durability.
situations where you have a shooting range, but your mentor is there because they're gone for the
So it'll be
day or
just-
whatever?
You have to know the techniques.
You
Okay.
have to be taught how to practice, basically.
So
But if you have like a scroll or something, because
Yeah, you can-
so,
Talk about those.
We can
Yeah,
get
I'll get in there. You can get training scrolls, technique scrolls. So, like in the Avatar: Last Airbender, she got a water scroll. You could get some kind of range scroll that can give you techniques, and they will be common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. And that will be, depending on which level it is how high of a level you can get
Using those
techniques. And you get 1 point every time you use those techniques.
So, could you just start a fight with someone else in your campaign? And it's bad. And just
So
spare their
what I'm doing is
sparring. That's yeah.
the sparring would come into you have to know the technique. So if you do a mentor thing, then you can spar. But in order to keep it balanced and not hitting things, I'm going to implement a intentions. If your intention is to kill, that is when your bonuses go up. Or if your intention is to train. And so just hitting somebody or casting spells at somebody isn't going to work. You can't just up your stats and abilities that way.
I tried.
I know. You're the reason I made those rules.
I know. I am.
Same with speed. So upping your speed, in order to gain points in that, you have to dash while in combat or during training.
Okay.
You can't.
So, but this
Hold on, then.
But this defeats the point of scrolls and mentors making things faster, because they wouldn't make things fast.
No, they do make
You only, because that's the only way to do it. Is just that or combat. So it's like you don't have really a choice.
So the rest of the time,
the problem.
Well, because I thought you would be able to, like, say, go to a shooting range and practice with a bow and arrow for a few hours and gain, like, something from that. But according to this, that's not how it works.
well, you have to have the technique.
Yes, if you are taught how to use a bow, you can just go to a shooting range and practice for an hour and gain points.
Okay.
But if you don't have the techniques, no matter how hard I try, I will not get better at a bow unless I have somebody teach me how to hold the bow, how to aim the bow, how to breathe, how to pull back the bow. So unless I have the techniques from a mentor, no matter how many arrows I shoot, I will not get better.
Okay. So the way to put it is, if you go to a shooting range and you have no training whatsoever, but someone just says, don't shoot another person, you're not really getting any mentorship or instruction. And so you're just sitting there just shooting a target just for fun. But if you're sitting there and your intent is, okay, I'm going to be training, and so you're sitting there thinking about through the techniques that you've already learned and honing in every single time you're then training. If you have a mentor there, your mentor is giving you points and tips how to change right then and there, and so that's why it increases even more.
Well, okay, but what I know is for real life, especially if it's like training a bow and arrow, it is good to have a mentor in the beginning to show you like the basic things to do. But once you have that down, you can really just go to a range by yourself.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
And
You can't.
shoot like for the rest of forever, and you don't really need to.
Well, that's why
That will get you to the point of your mentor. So the mentors will also come in common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and they can only get you to a certain level.
I feel like we're pulling Skyrim on.
We kind of are. This is very video game-esque, and the reason it's not as realistic as real life is because if we did that, the whole campaign will be downtime. We will never go out and adventure until we are heroes.
Yeah.
So to avoid that boring crap, we have to force people to move.
Yeah.
It has to be in combat, or you have to spend money to get mentors
Or scrolls.
or scrolls.
What if you just
Alright.
have a massive amount of stealth and you just watch people like, oh, that's how you do
It
that?
has to be in combat, or when the DM asks you to make stealth rolls.
So, question with Connor.
Yes.
Can you shoot something and then just run away and build your speed? Just
If you start combat and you roll initiative and then you dash away, yes. But as soon as the DM says combat ends, you no longer gain skill points for running. So
you just have to restart combat by hitting the thing again.
Pretty much, yes. So the DM is the one that has to dictate when you are getting and using your skills. And when you can get skill points.
I just feel like with running with speed, you can just
Yes, but if you just keep running, it
Yeah.
like same thing. No matter how much I run, unless I am taught the techniques to run faster, I will never be Usain Bolt.
Right, but people stumble on those techniques. How they got them
But
to
remember,
do it.
this is in a game, and if we allow you to do that, everyone's going to have 80 at the very beginning, and then you can no longer fight little monsters.
You just, okay, everybody, we're gonna go for a jog for 3 days.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So we have to balance it too. You have to train,
Okay.
do training exercise, get a scroll,
It is.
or in combat.
This is where Alan and I were like, hey, we have made it more realistic and more unrealistic at the same time. So as we can't make it fully realistic, otherwise, just like in real life, we don't take a commoner and send them to the Olympics.
So that's what I was going to get at.
We have them train constantly.
You have to be trained in that specific area in order to be good at it. And if you're not going to be focusing on it, then in reality, you're just hurting yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where
So
all that is.
If you're going to be lazy throughout the entire campaign and say, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to sit on the couch, everyone else is beefing up, and you're staying at that same level as everyone else until you get into combat, where you're then forced to, okay, I have to start using these things, I'm going to slowly level up.
But, I mean, it's not also... I mean, if you look at the skills, none of those are in combat skills.
Yeah.
So,
You might use athletics every once in a while,
yeah.
It's stealth.
and then stealth to either avoid combat or
Here's the other thing.
sneak up
Like,
on them.
if you like intimidation, insight, and
Yeah, those won't
those
be-
don't
those won't
seem
be-
like ones that you get training for usually.
You can
Intimidation.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
You could.
Just go to a bar.
Lesson.
Those ones, yes, those ones are things that you will just grow. Those are more of a. Most of the skills are going to be more of a natural growth thing, where you just have to practice them in the real world, kind of like normal conversation.
I walk around and I go scare this child.
But technically, yes, you can read a bunch of books on it, but like, in the end, you're going to learn more by doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I go to the local bar and I pick up anyone that I can. All right, roll persuasion.
Exactly. So
There we go.
that and so a lot of the times I've heard like James and Ammon, I think you've brought it up a couple times where it's like we don't use these skills.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you guys have to now with this, you will have to put yourself in the situation where the DM will be like, okay, make an intimidation check or make a persuasion
It's
check.
kind of like what Farnan did, and everyone was getting up to the party, and it's like, oh, I feel like I would have to make an acrobatics check.
Exactly.
The chair.
And making a story to gain skill points, I am down for that. Give me a reason that you would stumble out of your chair. Absolutely. If you are focusing on athletics, done. I will give it to
It
you.
creates that focus and it creates that storyline of, okay, what's going to happen? Well, for my character, it would be jumping into the situation, but at the same time, I'm not just jumping into it. I'm trying to make a performance to look glorious.
Yes.
So that would be more of a performance than an acrobatics.
Yes. And performance is on there. And you can use your power, durability, or mine. Doesn't matter.
As I'm jumping, I intimidate them by ripping off my shirt.
Yes.
And I can't afford to do this.
No, sure.
I realize after that, because my mind is a 0.
You realize that after someone points it out.
Well, yeah, that's.
Any other questions?
I think I got satisfied on that part. Yeah.
So it does really put pressure on the players to engage in the story and to engage in your
Yes, it
character,
does.
and not just
This will
allow.
force me to roleplay.
It'll have to force us to roleplay, so it's not just the DM saying, "Okay, we're moving this along."
That is one thing I do appreciate about this.
Yes.
Because
So there's going to be so much downtime because if you start taking damage,
heck yeah.
you can't just take a short rest and gain health. Your short rest is now 1 day. Your long rests are 1 week. So now you can go and you can train.
That is a little
Yeah.
realistic. I do appreciate that.
So it's not just a
That was
quick.
actually a page turn right out of the PNG, but
Yes.
TM.
Preach my gospel.
The player.
Oh my god.
The PH, sorry. PMG, yeah, it's not Preach My Gospel. No. I was thinking BMG, but it's not in. Oh no, it is the BMG. That's a rule from the
It's an optional rule.
So it helps the DM so they're not forced to think of every aspect of the game. It forces the players to, okay, what would my character actually do? What would my character want to do? What would they focus on? What's their next step?
Their goal.
Yeah, that's
So it
that's
brings
what I
the
want.
goals and the personalities and the flaws back in.
Yeah.
Because if your flaw is, I'm as lazy as can be, then you're gonna have to play to that flaw. Or you're gonna have to start changing your flaw over time to, I'm not as lazy as I can be because I was at the very beginning. My flaw is now, I just really hate doing anything with melee weapons.
Yeah.
So now you're no longer focused on melee weapons, you're now focused on range.
Exactly. And then Russell creating a entire, like, if you look in the weapons, each one has bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for the most part.
Most of them. If the weapon can do them, it does them. So now you can go in and you can say, you say you want to hit something, I say, how do you want to hit them? Because now you can do bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And a lot of these creatures are going to have weaknesses. A lot of them are going to have weaknesses, a lot of them are going to have resistances, because that's the one dumb thing I didn't like about D&D, is it's like, yes, there are a few that have weaknesses, but why don't more?
Yeah, only really skeletons and the Shadow Demon have vulnerabilities.
There's a few others, like very, very few
So
others.
having more creatures, like Alan made these slimes, they were vulnerable to both bludgeoning and fire.
on fire.
Just fire. Yeah, because they were frost.
Well, it also brings into a question of, so the Morning Star can do both bludgeoning and piercing.
So you would just roll them separate, and the bludgeoning would be doubled, and the piercing would not.
Okay. So
Yeah,
if you have the Warhammer,
the problem with that is I don't know where to add the +3. I just actually add it to the bigger roll, or the bigger dice,
Yeah, the main point.
the main damage.
so if it's like a solid surface, it would be more piercing, so you'd add it to the piercing than the bludgeoning.
What?
So you think of a Morning Star because
The morning
Stars are
card
used for blood damage.
it's a mace with a couple spikes on it. That's all it is. And so, or a
The
ball.
weight is what does the
Yeah,
most.
so it's more. It
more
is a,
blunt.
Yeah, that's why it's a blunt. The blunt is a D8, and the piercing is a D4 because they're only piercing that much.
Really good point.
So the higher the piercing damage is usually because it has a longer blade on it.
Okay.
That's kind of
I imagine if you can combine them, then you'd be doing a lot more damage, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, I just take this mace and I can do like, I don't know, double the damage." Or,
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I also
no. The mace is actually combined.
yeah.
oh,
Does
it is.
bludgeoning
and
not
piercing.
bludgeoning
Blunt,
Well,
and piercing at the same time?
Oh really?
Because it's. Have you seen a Morning Star?
Well, yeah.
Yes. So you can't really separate the piercing and the
Okay.
blunt.
But a Warhammer, depending on which side.
Yes. The Warhammer has a spike on one end and a hammer face on the other. So those are separate.
One does blunt, while the other one does
Wait a minute. So
piercing.
does that really make the Morning Star deal more damage?
Yes.
It does.
But
1d8 and 1d4.
But the downside to the Morning Star, because it does more damage, yes, but it doesn't have that variety like the Warhammer does. You can't
Okay.
just
Pick one or the
pick
other.
one or the other.
Yeah, it has to do both. And so then,
AKA.
the one.
Yeah. So let's say it's skeleton.
Yeah.
It's going to have vulnerability to blunt, but it's going to have resistance to piercing because it is literally bones.
Okay, so you'll be doing
And so,
more damage
And
most of the time, but when it comes to skeletons,
well, and then you can get to something where it's resistant to blunt, but vulnerable to piercing.
yes,
And so it completely diminishes the blunt part, but helps.
which would be the 1d8 plus power.
But if you had a Warhammer in that situation, you would flip it around, use your spike, and you're
still good to
you're
go.
not negating
Yeah.
any damage at all.
Okay.
all the
How many
sword.
weapons can you have?
I put 4 slots there.
So you can afford.
Fantastic.
Yes, all of the blades I added bludgeoning, piercing, and
It also
slashing for the most
depends
part.
on how
Because
you would be able
You
to
can
switch
hit with the
between
flat of
them.
the blade. You can smack.
You can't just have 4
but they're all
unless
really
like
low.
if you have a dagger which is small, a mace which is small, a bow and arrow.
Mace is mid.
So you'd have to have like a mid or two-handed plus one other, or if you have smaller weapons.
Okay, so let me run you through the ranges of weapons. So obviously you have ranged weapons. They're the same. Forget those. Should I end this stream? We'll just
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
That's helpful for us.
okay. So, yeah, that's still there. It's more of a test of the computer at this point. So
And it's only 8 o'clock, so it doesn't matter. We just want to explain all this stuff.
So the different lengths of weapons, if you guys open them up, you'll see the length section.
Yeah.
So I had short, which,
It's about half
hand.
length.
well, yeah, all of the brawling weapons.
Long.
Yes, all the brawling weapons are gonna be short, and the dagger. Oh yeah, daggers, because I added parrying daggers, but they're not for offense.
Yeah, that's basically it. Short, mid, long.
Yes, and reach.
And right.
Yeah, and
So-
range.
So short, mid, and long, all they're gonna allow you to do. Well, first off, we'll probably have to take lunge away from anyone using short weapons.
Yes, that's why I said put the... Because lunge is only in polearms and blade.
Okay.
So if we take the daggers out of blade and put them in brawl...
No, leave it in there. Just specify that it cannot be done performed
yes.
with short.
Yes.
It can be performed with mid and mid through reach. So mid and long gain bonuses against anything shorter than them.
So the first one has a long sword, which is mid, and I have a dagger. Since he has the longer reach than me, he gains a +1 to his attacks.
They'd be +2 because it's a long versus
But
short.
so
Oh, long sword is long.
and then having a mid, it would be +1.
One.
+1,
Yes.
yes. But
And
if
then-
I had a long sword and he had a long sword, there would be no bonus.
So it's just like going in and trying to.
But it's also the opposite's also true. If you have a dagger and you're attacking a combatant has a long sword that has that's paying attention to you, obviously not if you're sneaking up on them. Your attack has a -2 against them.
Because you have to come within their range.
Yes, they are able to defend with their longer reach weapon. So that's how that works. But reach also plays a part in that. Reach weapons,
So your pole arms.
your pole arms,
So,
obviously they have their reach, so you can attack at 10 feet.
so in other words, whoever has the longer weapon gets better defense for situation.
Better attack or better defense.
So reach weapons have this at 10 feet, but once they enter 5 feet, it becomes problematic because now you're kind of fighting a little bit close. They don't have disadvantage,
Okay.
but
Now their bonus comes in, their weapon comes
Oh,
in.
right. Okay.
And reach
So-
does not have their bonuses.
So whether it's medium, short, or range or like long depends on like how close they are to you, who gets the benefit from it.
well, yeah.
Right.
Well, so
if they're like further away and you have
only
the longer weapon,
only one person with reach would be able to hit them.
then you're good. But if they get closer and you're still, you have to switch to a smaller, a shorter weapon, because then you're going to lose advantages that way.
Yeah. So where pull arms or weapons with reach come and have the biggest problem is when you are grappled. Weapons that are in the short category when grappled have no negative effects. In fact, we'll probably give them a bonus.
Okay.
Because that would be the only bonus they'll ever get. They'll
So
probably get
this
like a
is where it
+2.
comes to my issue with multiple weapons. I would imagine say that you have like a pole arm and a longbow. those are two bigger weapons that would take time to get out.
Yep. Well, actually, a full arm you wouldn't carry on you. You would just
You would just hold it, but or changing it to a long sword and a great sword. So I would.
You could put one on your back, one on your side.
But I would imagine like taking that action to put away one to pull out the other.
Yes, it will be an action.
Okay. So
That's how it
discourages.
We just don't.
We don't ever use it because it sucks.
Because it discourages having those bigger weapons because it's okay. Now I have to take an action in order to get this out.
Yes, usually you pick a weapon that you're going to focus on using, and then you have a backup short weapon in case you get grappled. That's basically what you do. The most obvious way to do a short weapon is actually to just take one level into brawling, gain proficiency in bare hands, and then you can punch them.
I changed it to unarmed because I could not figure out what weapon a bare hand is. I'm picturing some kind of gauntlet that looks like a bear's hand. I'm like,
A claw.
what on earth? I went to Google it and then I was like, oh wait a second. Bare hand. Got it. You
gain,
but
yes, you can
also hit. So that's why I just did unarmed.
So yes, you could gain that, and then if you're grappled, you just punch.
You just punch and kick.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And then your great sword doesn't have disadvantage.
So with a longsword, was that supposed to be 1d6 and 1d8, or just 1d8 with both hands, 1d6?
No, so longsword is permanently two-hand. Piercing, if you were to deal piercing damage with it and stab, that was 1d10. If you were going to slash with it, it becomes 1d8. If you were going to bludgeon with the flat of the blade or the hilt, it's 1d6.
Oh, okay.
So you also have to look at how you're
Using the weapon.
So it takes combat from I'm just gonna hit with this
So
to
this becomes
I'm gonna turn it like this.
that actually brings up another point with the reach weapons. So all of the reach weapons, the only thing you can hit with reach is the piercing. Because you
Both these weapons have a spear at the top.
Alright.
So, same with lunging attacks. They are only the piercing thrust. Or if it doesn't have a piercing thing, because there is one blade that doesn't have piercing.
Because it has a flat top.
It's just bludgeoning.
Blunt.
Yeah, it's a blunt impact attack.
So you really have to focus on what you're doing in combat.
So combat goes from I'm going to hit them to how am I going to hit them and keeping track of hitting them. Because if you're focused on weapons, you got to keep track of that. And if you roll a 1, you don't get a point. If you roll above a 1, you get a point. If you roll a natural 20, you get 2 points. So your progression is dependent on you focusing on what you're doing.
Yes.
And then that brings up the point of we have techniques. So each of the each of the weapons have techniques.
Hold on now. Weapon?
Well, the thing with the weapons and the reach and stuff, giving you bonuses and stuff, and there was that kind of concerns me because I think I'll have, if I play with that, I will have trouble remembering what bonuses I get for like what distances and what's going on.
Okay, so the distances don't matter. The only thing that changes with distance is a weapon that says reach. Means that they can stab this person with a square in between them. That's all it means.
That's all it is. The bonuses are when they are within close, within 5. So, for example, the slimes in the stat block, it will say it is using brawl to hit. So you automatically know they have a short weapon attack.
Oh,
So if you have a long sword out, and I forgot this, if you have a long sword out, I have a -2 to my attacks.
okay.
And then you would have a +2 to your attacks. Because your sword is way longer and easier to defend and attack with than it just slamming into you.
Would that apply all the way to like longbows and stuff?
No, bows are outside of that.
Oh, okay.
Bows are outside of that, and polearms are outside of that until you become in close range.
Okay.
Well, pole arms are considered long when it comes to that. They're the thing that's long.
but only while within 5 feet.
Okay.
As I was saying, there are fighting techniques. So each weapon type has techniques. This is like the brawl can get stunning strike, or the blade can get whirlwind attack and just attack everything around them. Things like that. And then you can use mana to fuel them. Or sneak attack. That is a nope, that's a fighting style. Then there are fighting styles. These would be like your class ability type things. You have common fighting styles and advanced fighting styles. This is your extra attack, or your sneak attack, or your sniper, or your close range.
Wouldn't sneak attack be a technique?
No, because it's a type of fighting.
It's mana fields.
Well, some of the techniques are mana field as well.
You have to balance it out somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in order to increase the sneak attack, I had to do a common sneak attack and an advanced sneak attack. So you have techniques and you have fighting styles. But you can only learn fighting styles by doing a training. The techniques, you can just pick it up. Because they're super simple, like tripping somebody or pushing somebody with your weapon.
Okay.
Like they're super simple. Or spinning. Anybody can just spin and hit things. And then on the magic side, they also have magic styles. So that would be like your transmuting spell. So you cast a fire spell, transmute it to cold damage. Things like that.
How many of those would you have?
Many as you want.
As many as you want.
You can technically
you
learn
can
them all.
make them up, or
No.
No, I have lists.
okay.
But once again, the only way that you're going to be able to level it up is by focusing on it.
Fighting techniques and fighting styles do not level up. You just get them, and that is it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
How do you determine when you get them? Because that's
So those ones are through training, and then
okay.
the common ones are, I want to say, 10. Yes, 10 per fighting style, and then 15 for advanced fighting styles. So you'd have to do 2 mentor sessions, or 1 mentor sessions, and 3 personal training.
Okay.
Or you could find a technique scroll and learn a fighting style that way. It just takes longer. So, any questions?
So wait a minute. If you have magic techniques, those aren't technically spells, right?
No, those are not spells.
So if you had transmutation, you could transmute things without a spell.
No, it's just transmuting spell damage. I don't think it's actually called transmute.
It's probably transfiguration.
So your uncommon magic styles. You have Death's Blessing, Mana Ward, Misty Escape, Mold Spell. I call it Mold Spell. Seer, Twin Spell, and Undead Master.
Okay.
Your advanced ones are off the screen, and I lost them.
So say you.
Oh, those are uncommon. So those are the uncommon. The
Yeah.
common ones are Elementalists, so you would do more damage with elemental spells. Magical Ambush, Quicken Spell, Repelling Blast, Seer, level 1, and Subtle Spell and Transmute Spell.
Okay.
Oh, Mold Spell is going around people.
Yeah.
Transmute Spell. So those are things you use while casting spells.
Okay.
Just like with the fighting styles, they are things you use while using a weapon.
Okay.
I'm probably never going to touch the magic.
So does that mean they just give you like essentially like bonuses or nice things to have
Yes,
for that spell?
exactly.
Yes, he's trapped.
So what they would do, what they are is like, I'm trying to think of, so Loki,
Yeah.
one of his abilities was to make illusion spells solid.
Yeah.
So that would be like a magic style.
I see.
So since we don't have classes, you don't gain class abilities. So
Right.
these magic styles are where those like class abilities will be.
Okay.
So like if you want to attack more, you would get the common fighting style extra attack. And if
Okay.
you want to attack more, you do 3 more training sessions and get extra attack level 2. So then
Right.
you can make 3 attacks. So that's where your extra attack comes
So
through.
sometimes they give you a bonus, and sometimes they allow you to do something extra.
Is there a cap on that?
Just the 2. So you can make 3 attacks. 3 attacks.
The attacks later. Sir, well, something.
But if you were to do things like
Right.
go into brawl and use quick weapons, you would be able to make offhand attacks. And a fighting technique for brawling is a flurry attack, like flurry of blows. So you get your 3 attacks, and then you get another 2 or 3 attacks. Yeah,
All
They
right.
get a punch a lot.
they get hit a lot. They have gauntlets, they have knuckles, they have punch daggers. Like, awesome. I would totally take brawling. Just and they can use improvised weapons.
So you can take a rock.
Take a rock. You can. What I picture is just like flipping a plate into the air and kicking it into somebody's mouth.
Ooh.
That would
Stylize the living daylights out of this. You already have to focus on combat to a ridiculous amount. Tell a story with it.
I would love to.
Depending on how good it is, you make it bonus points.
Yes,
Boy.
I am all about rule of cool. And DM is final say.
Sweet, I just made a rule for the DM.
Russell, I don't know about him. Ben, I don't know about him either, but I am all about rule of cool.
Oh yeah. Because clearly I pulled every single D&D rule for Ranger's Kitchen.
No. I'm talking about like bonus points for doing the stupidly awesome stuff.
You don't get inspiration, you just get bonus points.
Well,
Yes, there's
yeah.
no there's no experience bonus.
I enjoy doing
this?
stupidly awesome stuff, like with the dagger, you know? Stupidly awesome stuff.
Stupidly awesome. So yes, it is a very steep learning curve, but once we figure it out, it could be very enjoyable.
One point.